Hello guys, as you can see I'm back in Kyiv and I'm actually in my new neighborhood in Podil. Today I'm supposed to get the keys, well I'm supposed to get my keys back from the tenant who I gave another month to move out. Unfortunately he just informed me he needs another day, but have no fear, I'm here for another good reason. Well, hopefully a good reason. Do you remember that other apartment that I really liked? The one that's bigger, the 2-room one, that's $70,000. Well, I've decided to buy it. It's more risk that I want to take, especially during war. But the main reason why I'm moving in the first place, and buying this in the first place, is because I'm so tired of moving. I don't feel settled. I just want to have a home base. And I'm afraid that if I move into the small studio, I'm not really gonna feel that comfortable anyways. And in a year or two, I'll probably wanna move out to something bigger. And instead of moving twice, I thought, let me just do it correctly the first time. And I'm gonna move into this, I'm gonna buy, hopefully, this 2-room apartment that should last me, you know, for the next 5-10 years of my life, maybe forever. Maybe this will be my forever home. And it's a great location. It's half a block away from the other ones. They'll be really close, so if I want to manage both of them or even use one as an office or as a guest room, I can. This is that little pink cafe that everybody likes, and this is my neighborhood. This street itself is quite busy because this is the way to the metro, and there's a lot of different transportation interchanges here, which is probably why there's so many people. But I really like this neighborhood. It kind of reminds me of San Francisco in the 90s, the 2000s or something. And I'm literally just here. So this one is actually technically even closer to the metro because I'm only like half a block away. I don't think it'll be too loud because the cars can't drive that fast here and there's little tram tracks. But I'm excited. I told the owner that I want to do one final inspection, so I'm going to meet her here. She came all the way from Budapest. We have all the paperwork in order. I have the money almost ready to go. There's a few last minute things, but today I just want to double check to make sure everything works. Just take one last look before I make probably one of the biggest purchase decisions of my life. And then after this, I'll go to my apartment that I actually bought and meet the guy and see what's happening. Maybe she forgot something. And I know people are gonna ask, but yes, the situation in Ukraine, especially in Kyiv, has gotten worse in the last few weeks. Pretty much every night since I got back, there's been attacks, and Russia has stepped up their drone and missile bombing campaign. But the good thing is there's been very little actual damage. I think Ukraine finally has enough air defense where they're able to shoot them down. And I really believe, and I'm hoping this is true, and not just me being optimistic, but I really think Russia's doing one last final push. And I think after this, their economy is going to be in ruins and they're not going to be able to continue this. Putin even admitted that Russia's economy is finally in a recession and that he has to bring down the military spending. So maybe this could be the best investment of my life, or it could be the absolute worst. Let's go upstairs. Let's find out. This is a nice place. But there's actually kids playing on the playground. Well, here's my neighborhood cafe. And it's nice seeing that people actually live here. There's like clothes hanging to dry. Guys, really random. I just bumped into one of the neighbors that I actually had known from somewhere, from some event, and I was like, "Oh, you live here?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, how's the place?" She's like, "Oh, it's good. It's normal." And I was like, "I'm thinking about buying a place here. Like, is it loud? Is there anything wrong with the building?" She's like, "No, great home, great place." I was like, "That's great." Like, if anything, I probably should have asked neighbors. I always tell people the advice to, like, you know, camp out the place like at night to like listen to see what it's like, to ask neighbors, their opinion. I didn't follow my own advice. This one, honestly, I just used my intuition and be like, you know what? I have a feeling this is gonna be a good place and a good neighborhood. And thank God I'm right, because I could have been completely wrong. She could have said, "Oh yeah, it's completely a mess at night. There's alcoholics everywhere. There's a nightclub next door." But thank God. But you can kind of just tell. There's just normal family people here. People walking their dogs around here. People that have their kids around here. Oh, you match the walls. So guys, I'm at the apartment. We just checked everything. The electricity works, the water works, the plumbing works. I assumed it would because they were doing laundry here last time. I got to meet the seller, very nice woman. Doesn't want to be on camera, but we hopefully everything will be okay, and hopefully we can meet at the notary tomorrow. Okay, so she just walked off. I could tell she's a very good person. You can tell, some people, when they sell stuff, they're overly honest. And then some people are, shady. There's almost nothing in between. She definitely seems like the overly honest type. The place was, pretty much spotless. And she was like, if you want, I can clean it before you move in. And I was like, this place is already super clean compared to the other place that my rental when I moved in, I had to remember the 2 days of cleaning. So I was like, don't worry about it, everything's fine. And then she's like, if you want, I can, if there's anything you don't want, I can throw it away. And I was like, who's going to throw it away? Who's going to carry these shelves? She's like, I'll do it. And I'm pretty sure she's pregnant. I didn't ask, but, she's tiny and she looks like she's probably pregnant. And she's like, yeah, I'll do it slowly, piece by piece. I was like, no, I'm sure me and one of my buddies can carry, these old shelves and anything we don't want downstairs so much easier than she could. All right, unfortunately, this is where my microphone disconnects, so I'm going to have to voice over the rest of it. But basically, I'm just walking across the street to the apartment I actually bought. It's the small one-unit one. And then as you can see, here's the update for the outside insulation, the cladding. And I wasn't sure if they were going to continue all the way to the side, but I asked that worker, and he said yes. And he told me to look on the other side, where I randomly bumped into an Indian subscriber. He is a medical student. He said that there's a bunch of Indians back. There's 400 just at his school. And that he's here to do a medical degree because it's much cheaper than in India because they're so competitive, where there's, literally everybody wants to be a doctor. So, I asked about life and safety, and, he said, oh, yeah, I guess it's fine. And anyways, we took a selfie together. It was nice to meet him. Shout out to the Indian guy, I forgot his name. But here I am back at the apartment, and I'm going to go inside and meet the tenant. So the tenant was actually supposed to move out today, but he said he was so busy with work the last weekend he didn't have time to pack. So he asked me for one more day, and I said, I'm busy tomorrow, I have jiu-jitsu, because he's only available at night. And I said, how about this, I'll come by today, I'll get the money for utilities, and then you can pack and move out tomorrow. It's fine, just leave the key somewhere. So here I am. I'm glad that the installation is, going around, and I'm glad it's actually real installation because I wasn't able to see it up close. I kind of assumed it was, but now I can verify. If anyone knows what type of installation this actually is, let me know in the comments. But I'm assuming it's just kind of standard wall insulation, and then they use some styrofoam either below or above it. I think I was trying to figure out how it works, but it looks like they put styrofoam first against the brick, and then the insulation as a second layer, and then I guess there has to be a third layer, maybe of more styrofoam or something. That way they can paint it. So I don't know what the R value of this is, how good of an insulation it is. I'm sure it's fire retardant at least. But let me know. What is cool though is we didn't have to pay for it. I don't know if it's a city that paid for it or actually this business downstairs that's opening. I asked one of the workers. I was really curious. I said, "What is down here? Like, what are they actually opening? Is it going to be like a restaurant? Hopefully not a nightclub." And the worker said it's going to be a bunch of businesses for rent. So they don't know who's going to rent it yet. They don't know who is going to be down there. But basically, it's going to be like 5 different businesses. So maybe there'll be like a little shop. Maybe there'll be a barber. Who knows? But it's going to be insulated. At least it'll be warm. And here's the installation up close. I'm sure somebody watching this will look at it and know exactly what it is. So if you know the name of it, what properties, let me know. But yeah, here's the construction so far. Retail space on the bottom. I really love this idea of retail space on the bottom and then livable places on top. It's very convenient for everyone. No one wants to live on the bottom floor anyways with people walking by. I feel like all buildings next to a metro, or at least kind of the city center, should be retail on the bottom and then housing on top. Obviously, I don't want like a loud nightclub or bar or something down there, but as long as it's a business that closes at like 10, or does make noise after 10, it's fine, right? So, anyways, here's the update. What it looks like. Probably the next time I show it to you, it'll be different. And this is the tenant. We're checking the meters so we can pay the utilities, but he's having a hard time kind of opening this cover to get to this hot water meter. And as you can see, he has not really started packing at all. So he definitely needs more time, but he did buy boxes at least. I know he's at least serious about packing and moving out. I'm not going to bother him. I'm not going to, I'm just going to say move out like when you can in the next few days. I didn't even charge him rent this month because I'm just so grateful that he's actually leaving now, and he found a place. He actually found a better place for him because it's really close to his work. He works about an hour away, so he was driving every day, commuting. But now he gets to live there, actually in a much bigger, nicer place, and he is paying a very low rate because it's not in the Kyiv city center. So I think he's gonna be happy to move. He said he'll miss this area and his friends and like the bars and all this stuff. But overall, it's better for him. This is actually why rent control, or having a friend give you a homie discount, or even people just getting comfortable and lazy, doesn't work because it's not good for the economy. Where there's going to be a lot of people who will just stay in the place that they live, even though it no longer serves them, or even though their job relocates, just because they're comfortable there, or because the rent is locked in, it's a good price. But in reality, their life would be better off if they actually moved somewhere else. But anyways, now I'm going to go meet a friend for a beer, because honestly, it's been kind of a stressful day, and I didn't sleep very well last night. Really only because I was so excited to be finally moving in, or at least getting the keys, but that didn't work. And we also weren't able to go through the deal yet to buy the new place, because I'm still waiting for the money to clear, which hopefully will clear the next day or two. So maybe in the next video, you'll see me even buy this second apartment. And I know for anyone who is new to the channel, you might be thinking, Johnny, why are you buying apartments in Ukraine in the first place? Why are you buying in a war zone? Well, I live here. It's been 5 years since I decided to move here. My primary residence, I rented out, and I decided just to leave it rented out because this area doesn't really suit me. It's like next to a Chanel and a Tiffany and a YSL and these sushi restaurants that I never eat at. It's just too expensive an area, but it's great for renting out to diplomats. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'm going to move into this quieter area, which is Podil, that has these trendy coffee shops, but more of a hipster area. I'm still very close to the metro. So I can get anywhere I want, and best of all, I'm only a 10 or 15 minute walk away from the center of Podil, which has all the restaurants and the bars, while still being in a very family-friendly neighborhood. So for me, really, it's the perfect place. It checked all the boxes, and I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so grateful to have found the apartment, even though the small one that I bought was really a lot of sacrifice in terms of size and what I wanted. But hopefully, if I'm able to buy this bigger one, this is something that I could actually want to live in long term. Because I can have friends over, and I just like this area. I don't know. It really does remind me of my childhood city of San Francisco, but this time I'm an adult. I'm not living at my parents' house, and I get to enjoy all this nice nature. These parks when Ukraine's not being attacked by Russia. It really is a beautiful, peaceful, friendly place. So I really hope that everybody gets to enjoy a place like this in the future. I know it's not for everyone. I wouldn't recommend anyone even come to Ukraine right now unless you have a reason to. Uh, but for me, this really is the perfect place. It is my chosen home, even though I don't need to be here. I'm still going to be volunteering and working with a couple of things. But this week, I'm just going to enjoy the holidays and get my living situation under control because my landlord that I rented from, he does want me out by the end of the summer. So regardless, I'm going to have to move somewhere. And hopefully, I'll get this bigger place and I'll be able to just live there and not have to move twice. So wish me luck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this voiceover, this B-roll. Uh, I I know it's not as nice as having the ambient sound, but to be honest, it's kind of a better way for me to get my thoughts in order as well. Uh, so this is I think everything I want to talk about now. I'm gonna go meet a buddy who is from the UK, not bald and bankrupt, but uh, hair guy with hair, a wife, and he's going to be working as a teacher in a British school, and his wife is Ukrainian. They also have a small apartment that they're going to be renovating. So follow us for updates on that. But yeah, I'm uh, I'm very grateful, very happy to be back in Ukraine. I know it sounds crazy, especially just coming from paradise and Greece and the islands, but I am very, very happy here. Like I don't know why. It's just my happy place. It's a place that I feel at peace. I like the people. I like the culture, and I know it's not for everyone. I didn't even think it'd be for me, But somehow I like this mix of old architecture, this very simple life. Ukrainians are very simple people, but not in a bad way. Not in a they're very very intelligent. They're hardworking. They're conservative. They're just like good salt of the earth people. But Kyiv also has great coffee shops and amazing restaurants and a really great future. So I really hope that there's a good future for this country because the Ukrainian people deserve it. And I feel like I cannot replicate this anywhere else in the world. I wish I could just forget about Ukraine and move somewhere else, but this really checks all the boxes for me. From having this cute little hipster cafes and the bakeries, while still having low prices, affordability. This I don't know what it is. It's like has all the upsides of Europe, but with less people, less tourists, and not even just during the war, even before that. It was just like my little slice of a heaven. This bread is like $1.50 for like really, really good bread. That's as good as in France. Like maybe not as good as the best bakeries in Paris, but definitely better than most of the bakeries that I went to in Marseille, like in the south. So it is what it is. Uh, yeah, I know. Podil. It's a bit grimy, but you have Fat Tony, you have Would You Like Bar, you have like all the great things I liked about San Francisco, but without the super extreme left and liberalism of California. I know that a lot of people think or assume I'm a liberal because I grew up in San Francisco, but I left for a reason. I'm really just like a conservative. I like to have nice craft beer. I like to have things work. I like tech. You know, I don't know. Like it's hard to explain, but for some reason, Ukraine has just been a nice fit for me. And not everyone I meet is cool, but this guy, Sian from the UK, really nice guy, and I'm glad we got to have a nice beer together. This is my second beer. This is the mango sour, which I absolutely love. And the fact that you can get, a zero point 0.3 liter for 128 hryvnia, which is like $3 at a cool bar. I love it. All right, third beer of the day. There, crew. All right, got you an IPA, mate. Double IPA. No.
For you, I open the IPA.
Hold it.
Cheers.
She filled it to the brim. She likes you. How's this compared to the lager you had?
Fruitier. Much fruitier. Lots more flavour.
Which one do you like better?
I'm not a proper Brit, so I'm going to have to say this.
Okay. What do you normally drink in England?
In England, I would drink Estrella, which is a Spanish beer. Maybe Foster's.
Which is not Australian beer.
And when I go to Spoons, I have a Carling.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
This is much better.
Yeah, and cheaper probably. How much would this be in the UK?
This, in the UK, probably about £4 now.
Wow, and here it's like $2. It's like £1.50. Oh. So mine was probably $3, but this is a mango IPA sour, and it's fantastic. Craft beer, really tasty. Ching ching.
Good more.
Good more. Oh, that's much better value.